Oxygen supplementation is one of the most common therapeutic interventions in resuscitation and neonatal intensive care of term and preterm infants. However, both hypoxia and hyperoxia must be avoided because of their detrimental effects on morbidity and mortality in these children. While hypoxia may lead to direct and indirect cellular damage, hyperoxia has been associated with oxygen toxicity, oxidative stress, and chronic diseases of preterm infants, such as bronchopulmonary dysplasia and retinopathy of prematurity. Therefore, the monitoring of supplemental oxygen is very important. In preterm infants, it is performed by measuring the oxygen pulse saturation, SpO2. Recently, the American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, suggested that a 90% to 95% SpO2 represents a reasonable target, which is in substantial agreement with European guidelines that suggest a 90% to 94% SpO2 target. However, it is not easy to maintain the optimal SpO2 target. Systems allowing the automated control of fraction of inspired oxygen, FiO2, are significantly more effective than manual control in maintaining target SpO2 and in preventing hyperoxia and hypoxia. PRICO stands for Predictive Intelligent Control of Oxygenation. PRICO belongs to the category of automatic oxygen regulators, working in closed loop with the peripheral oxygen saturation, the SpO2, measured by a pulse oximeter with a sensor attached to the patient's skin. When equipped with SpO2 monitoring and PRICO software, the Fabian infant ventilator enables a precise closed-loop inspired oxygen control and delivery into the patient in order to maintain the SpO2 of the baby inside a desired range, adjusted by the operator. PRICO analyzes the SpO2 data continuously and ensures that the patient receives an optimized oxygen level, minimizing the risks associated to prolonged hyperoxemia and hypoxemia. PRICO automatically adjusts FiO2 to keep the patient's oxygen saturation within a defined range of normoxemia. PRICO is clinically proven to reduce a patient's stay than if on manual control on FiO2. This also reduces the amount of time nurses and respiratory therapists will need to interact with the ventilator, which may cause issues with the patient. From delivery room to the neonatal ICU and the weaning phase, PRICO can be used in all ventilation modalities: conventional ventilation, non-invasive ventilation, high-flow nasal cannula, and in HFOV. To add PRICO to a Fabian ventilator, a PRICO software license and the SpO2 module is required. The SpO2 monitoring is provided by the Massimo Set technology. It measures peripheral saturation of oxygen, pulse rate, perfusion index, and signal quality. The Massimo Set U-SpO2 cable plus sensor measures SpO2, pulse rate, PR, perfusion index, PI, signal quality, SIQ. To use PRICO, first connect the Massimo SpO2 cable to the SpO2 port on the rear side of the Fabian, and then connect the appropriate patient sensor to the end of the SpO2 cable. Then connect the SpO2 sensor to the patient to establish the SpO2 monitoring. The SpO2 reading will be displayed on the screen of the Fabian ventilator, together with the pulse rate, the perfusion index, and the plethysmograph waveform. A colored bar graph will display the SpO2 SIQ, the signal quality indicator. The layout of the SpO2 screen is automatically configured for a clear and easy graphic user interface. Integrating SpO2 into the Fabian also gives the caregiver a chance to observe the SpO2 trend against the FiO2 trend on the same timescales, allowing easy correlation between the two parameters. The Massimo SpO2 monitor can be set up in the SpO2 menu on the Fabian by entering the main menu and selecting the SpO2 button. Then enable the SpO2 module. In this submenu, the user can choose the standard SpO2 setup in the same way as in a Masimo standalone device. Using Preco, select Sensitivity to Normal, Fast Sat to Off, Averaging Time to 8 seconds and Alarm Delay to 10 seconds. When SpO2 monitoring is established, the user should manually adjust or titrate the FiO2 delivered to the patient by using the O2 parameter until the patient SpO2 is inside the desired range of normoxemia. When a stable SpO2 reading is achieved, the user can activate the Preco by pressing the Preco button, which turns green in color and activates the automatic O2 delivery. Adjusting Preco target ranges. With Preco active, only 2 additional controls are needed on the Fabian user interface. There's one to set your target range, adjustable as required, and the safety range of O2 administration. The user is free to select an appropriate range of minimal and maximal FiO2 delivery and the appropriate range of SpO2, the defined normoxemia range. The target ranges are displayed in green color. With Preco active, an icon will run and will be displayed in the status bar at the upper right corner of the screen, and the green field with the current FiO2 labelled Preco will be displayed above the O2 parameter. The O2 setting will act as a backup FiO2 in case the automatic O2 should be deactivated. When using Preco, it is important to set appropriate alarm limits before switching Preco on. Preco can only run when the measured SIQ, signal quality indicator, is higher than the SIQ alarm limit. In case the SpO2 signal is lost, Preco will alarm the system and wait for signal. Preco uses an exclusive intelligent algorithm that has been shown to be highly responsive and accurate in being able to maintain stable blood level oxygen, even during resuscitation in L&D. Using current SpO2 together with the SpO2 trend and the predicted SpO2, the algorithm will adjust the step of FiO2, taking into account the current FiO2 and the stability of additional parameters like the tidal volume and the flow leakage. If the safety check is OK, then Preco will adjust automatically the FiO2 delivery. Preco offers adjustable alarm limits. The alarm limits values can be configured on the alarm panel by pressing the Alarm Limit button on the key control panel of Fabian. Active alarms will be displayed with a red alarm clock at the corresponding alarm limit and as a flashing text with yellow background in the information line. The actual alarm limits and state off are also displayed in the graphical view next to the numeric values with the high-low alarm limit symbol. In addition, all sensor, Preco and alarms are stored in the alarm log with a timestamp. The alarm log may be downloaded on a USB stick. The Preco Advanced Oxygen Controlling Algorithm continuously monitors the patient's SpO2 and adjusts the oxygen accordingly. The patient will spend more time in the desired SpO2 range, reducing the time spent hyperoxemic and severely hypoxemic. Preco lowers the risks of oxygen-related injuries. With automatic oxygen control, the number of manual oxygen adjustments is significantly reduced, allowing more efficient use of the bedside caregiver's time. This content is intended to provide a visual demonstration of instructional content available in the device operator manual. Consult the operator manual before operating the Fabian ventilator and any of its operating features.